Let's talk about something everyone tries to skip. Your body. People want mental clarity without physical standards. They want focus, confidence, discipline, but they want it while sitting still, eating rubbish, negotiating with themselves all day. Now that's like expecting to play 80 minutes for the All Blacks without ever touching a tackle bag. It's not brave. It's delusional. The body doesn't just follow the mind. Very often, it leads it. If your psychology is chaotic, your thinking will be too. No amount of journaling is going to fix that. And yes, that makes people uncomfortable because it means clarity isn't just a mindset, it's a standard you live in your body first. Andrew Malcolm, this is a sensitive subject because there's a lot of haters of people who go to gyms because they see them as posers. And yet, for most people, myself, I go primarily for mental health.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes going to the gym is seen as something that's selfish. And certainly when you're working full time and you've got a family, then you're essentially trading time away from family or work to go to the gym. I definitely see it in reverse, as I see that a little bit of selfishness going to the gym helps you be a better father, better parent, a better employee, a better business owner, because it helps you channel the best version of yourself, removes the brain fog, it gets you more focused on cleaner nutrition, and that makes you more effective when you need to be.
So you just basically said exactly what I said, but the reverse way, because I go for mental health. And if you go for mental health, the muscles will follow. The mental fog is the first thing to go before you get muscles.
Yep. And it doesn't have to be a choice of between work, family, or gym. It's a balance, right? If you never went to work and you just stayed with your family all the time, we all know that would end in a disaster because you'd be on the benefit. You're never going to achieve financial freedom that way. And the same is in reverse. If you stayed at work 20 hours a day, you never saw your family, that would be a disaster. What we're really looking for is balance. And it's easy in these days where parenting is co-parenting and both parents are working to overcommit to work and family and undercommit to yourself.
If you've got no energy, go to the gym. You actually get more energy out of being a regular gym goer. And how many people do you hear of, I'm always tired, oh, I'm exhausted, oh, I don't have the energy? In actual fact, you get it by lifting lead.
Well, yeah, and the environment that you're in. If at the end of the workday you have low energy, changing your environment to being in the gym where everybody else has high energy, that will help bring you into that. And when you go from stressful work environment to a stressful family environment, of course we can understand low energy. You have to put yourself in the right position, surrounded by certain people, and that will help energize you.
Don't be afraid to go to a gym either and see that there's other fat, lazy, out of shape people there. 90% of people there, 95% of people there, and the posers, they were once those guys too. So they're not haters. They're not looking down on you. If anything,
the posers want to help.
They do.
They want to.
They do.
Yeah. And it's better that you're there than not.
You know, one of my friends, I'm not going to mention him, but he looks like a gorilla. Like, he's the most helpful guy in the world for helping people. He's intimidating as fuck, but he's so helpful because he wants to see people healthy.
Yeah, and there's nothing quite like seeing somebody over the course of a few years at the gym. They start out big, and they transition into smaller, and then a transition into muscular. Like that. And it's not going to happen overnight. 3, 6, 9 months is going to make a massive difference, but this is a multi-year long commitment.
Do you subscribe to the theory that getting a healthy body is 20% going to the gym and 80% in the kitchen?
Yeah, certainly. And you can take that balanced approach if you want, but if you want to have really amazing results with investing, you're going to have to increase your inputs. It's the same with the gym. And if you want to have a really amazing body, it's going to come down to not just the amount of time in the gym, it's the focus in the gym and the focus with the nutrition. You can't expect amazing results if you're average in the gym and average in the kitchen.
Now, I'm a bit of a fan of Dan Martell on Instagram. Do you follow him?
Yeah.
He talks about the bicep vein is the McLaren of the body. Let's have a look at this.
That bicep vein is the McLaren of the body. It's like if I pull up and I have a McLaren, if we're having a conversation, you're gonna go, what the f do you do? And it just shows that you're serious. And I think a lot of us, we don't understand that whether we like it or not, our presence communicates something before we ever show up. So the benefit of you taking care of your body and showing up and looking the part is people like, oh, he's really serious. You know, it's kind of like when I meet people and they're like trying to pitch me their idea and they look sloppy. I'm like, man, right off the bat, you're at a deficit.
I think he's got a point.
Yeah, certainly. It's an advertisement for commitment and for consistency.
But if muscles and healthy body were easy, everyone would have one. And it is an advertisement to show that you are prepared to look after yourself. You've got discipline. Before you even walk in a door, you've got discipline and high negotiation. If you're struggling to get a job and you're one of 100 people, you immediately have that advantage over most people that you look fit and healthy.
Yeah, I mean, people that go to the gym consistently and they can advertise that through how they look, show that they have focus and that they're willing to sacrifice things to achieve their goals. So if it was me wanting to hire somebody and all things were held constant and one of them was fitter than the other, that would definitely be an indicator that they're going to be committed and also balanced. When you're hiring, you don't want somebody that's going to work 20 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's just going to burn out. It's not going to work. If you're hiring somebody that's really mad keen on the gym, you know that they're going to work hard when they're there, and then you know that they're going to balance it out with some time in the gym.
Also, the biggest asset anyone has, apart from time, is their body. And if you are not looking after your body, how can I expect you in a business to look after my best interests?
Yeah. I mean, it's a shot. When you are not looking after yourself, it's a sign of a lack of self-respect. And also a cavalier approach to respect for others as well, whether you realize it or not. You know, that might hurt feelings. And if you're not respectful of yourself, then why would I expect that you're going to be respectful of what's important to me?
So what changed for me, George St. Pierre, one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all times in the UFC, a Hall of Famer, and his trainer was on Joe Rogan and he talked about flow. Have a look at this.
Have you ever heard of Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's flow?
No.
Okay, so can you Jamie, can you look up a flow chart? It'll be so much simpler. Like just put in flow in the workplace or flow chart. This is pure genius. This guy is a pure genius. Basically, he went and he coined the term flow. So like when you're in a state of flow, we've all been in a state of flow. The number one way to know that you're in a state of flow is time flies by. I'm sure sometimes you've done podcasts and you're like, "Whoa, it's 3 hours already."
Yeah.
It was a great podcast. You know, the one where you have the worst guest or you're having the worst workout, it feels like every minute is an hour. That's a bad. You're not in a state of flow. A state of flow is you're having the right amount of difficulty, but it's not so difficult that you go into stress, and it's not so easy that you're bored. It's the right amount of challenge. So let's say as simple as playing like Tetris. If I put you on a level that's too high, you're gonna play for 5 minutes. You'll be like, I'm done. If I put you on a level too easy, you're going to be like, this is boring. If I put you at the right amount of level, you see that's the flow channel. So if the challenge is too high, you'll meet anxiety. If it's too low, you're boredom. When I go in the practice room, I'm trying to create flow. I'm having fun. Training should be addictive.
Now, this is revolutionary because one of the reasons why people don't go to the gym, I think, is because they go and get a personal trainer. The personal trainer smashes the shit out of them that first day and you're sore for a week and you don't want to do it again. But if you can get into that flow where you're training at basically 70% max of a time, suddenly it becomes much more enjoyable.
Yeah, and it's the same with investing. If you want to find one property, for example, and you know it's going to be a 1 in 100 deal, and you're going to put offers on 100 properties to find that deal, the right way to do it is to put offers on 5 properties a day for 20 days. You can't possibly find 100 properties, and it might be 5 properties a week for 20 weeks. That consistency and those small bites help you stick through the goal to the end, and it gives you more opportunity, for a balanced approach. If you look at 100 properties on the same day, make 100 offers, and then don't do anything for the rest of the year, it's unlikely you're going to have success. Looking at 100 properties over 6 months, you're much, much more likely to have success with property investing. It's the same with the gym. You can't walk into the gym, do every exercise machine for 10 reps, 10 sets. This is not going to work. Your body will be broken for weeks.
And here's another hack that we mentioned in the first episode, but you might not be able to afford a personal trainer. ChatGPT. Put into ChatGPT, act as if you are the top 1% of gym trainers, sports physicians in the world. Put your photos in, write me a program, show me my weaknesses, and ChatGPT will do it. It's phenomenal how advanced.
You can have the best business mentors and property investment coaches because it's all in ChatGPT. The important thing is to make sure you understand the prompting and that you keep at it, because the first thing you put in, it might not give you the answer you're looking for. You need to keep trying.
None of this is complicated. It's just uncomfortable sometimes. If you'd rather deal with that than keep negotiating with yourself, the rest of this channel goes a lot deeper. Subscribe if that sounds useful. If not, carry on.